Hello everybody, today I'm going to be changing out this lens. This is a Sony Cyber-shot DSC WX9. So first take out the battery. And remove all screws. And the button pad slides sideways carefully. And carefully pull out the ribbon cable. The LCD comes out. Now for the LCD you need to pop this open. And slide this out. Now there's two more screws on this, one here and one here. Now on the side here there's a little clip. And then remove the tape on the inside. Okay, so now we are fully inside the camera and there are two connectors to it. One for the CCD, which has the same clip as the LCD. And one for the lens motor. And now gently pull this out from the front. And here I will also show you how to clean out dust out of a lens. Now this only works if there are black specks on your images. Be very careful with the CCD. And as I see, there is no dust on this sensor. And as I can see, this sensor is actually broken. So if you look over here, there's plastic connecting to the screw hole over here, but it is broken on this side, so the sensor won't sit very well. So I will take it off of this lens. And there is a little speck of dust on this sensor. Carefully clean that off. And the broken piece of the CCD is actually stuck in here. Also check on the inside of the lens if there's any dust in there. Carefully screw the sensor back in. Now to put the new lens back into the camera, just kind of slide it in. And I plug in the sensor first and clamp that clip down, and the other clip too. Now before I put all of this back together, I want to see if the lens works properly. So I just stick the LCD back in. Now that turned out to not work because this lens is broken too. So I was not able to get this camera working. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the sensor out of this camera and putting it into this camera. This is a Sony Cyber-shot DSC WX50 and it uses the same sensor. Now before I screw this camera in completely, I want to test the lens. So I put the screen back in. And put in the button pad. This just slides in, it doesn't have a clip. And now I put a battery in. And to turn this on, now I have to go through the Sony settings. And the lens appears to work fine, and as I can see right now, there is no dust in it. If there was dust, there would be black spots on it. So now I just need to turn it on again to close the lens. Take the battery out. And now I just need to put this camera together. Now I am using a different camera from the one I took apart, but all these cameras are basically the same. Make sure this fits correctly. And this one only has one screw over here. There's no screw down here. Make sure this is clipped in. And one more time, put the screen back in and close the clip. Fit the screen in and put the button pad in. This one does not have the plastic clip to hold the button pad in. Now put the shell back on. And the back of it. And when you put this camera back together, do not forget this little plastic piece. And when you're putting this shell back on the camera, this slider has to be aligned with the button pad correctly. So that notch is all the way to the top. So this has to be up to the top. Now I test the camera one more time. Now I put this little black useless piece of plastic back in. And now I just screw it all back together. And it is fixed. This camera originally had that bad sensor, so I took it from that WX9 as I showed you before. Could not get the WX9 working because that lens turned out to be broken. But both of these cameras use the same image sensors, so I could just swap those out. So thanks guys for watching. This is how I fix cameras. These cameras are part of that lot of 26 cameras that I bought off of eBay. If you saw in my previous video, I bought that lot for almost $200 and I sold 2 cameras for $40 each so far. So thank you for watching and please subscribe.